You ever thought about how most people basically work until they die? Like, seriously, most people will probably never hit retirement. And if they do, they'll probably be too old enough to enjoy it. I mean, the very real possibility that millions of us might never truly stop working, not because we don't want to, but because we can't. It's honestly one of those messed up things about working that we don't talk about enough. This whole idea that we're supposed to work for 40 to 50 years and then retire at 65 to finally enjoy life just doesn't hold up anymore. I mean, it sounds good on paper, but in reality, it becomes a fantasy for a lot of people. The retirement age keeps creeping up, costs keep rising, and wages, well, not exactly keeping pace. So what happens? People are starting to work into their 70s or even 80s now, not because they love what they do, but because they just have to. And it's just not right. I mean, not everyone even makes it to retirement. Some folks work for decades and then die a year or two before they can finally settle down. Others get sick, injured on the job, or face tragedies that cut their time short. It's really heartbreaking when you think about it. And when you realize how much time people will spend grinding, hoping to eventually just get there, only for life to just pull the rug right from under them. It also doesn't help that a lot of companies will just lay off older workers right before they actually qualify for retirement benefits. Yeah, that actually happens. I actually knew someone who this happened to recently at my job. They'll cut people loose just to save money, just when those same employees are about to finally see the reward they've been building up for all those years. When companies do stuff like this, it's just disgusting. I hate it. These same workers who are loyal for 20, 30, or even 40 years, and suddenly they're just disposable. In most cases, retirement plans like Social Security are a joke. It's barely enough to survive on. Rent alone will eat up most of it, let alone food, medicine, and other basic needs. It's like the system was designed assuming that retirees will either have a massive savings or family to help them out. And let's be honest, that won't be the case for a lot of us. But even if you do make it to retirement, what kind of life is waiting for you at 65, 70, or even 75? At that age, you're not exactly a spring chicken. You're probably not going to be hopping on planes, hiking mountains, or starting new hobbies like you could do in your 20s or your 30s. After decades of working, most people have lost their spark. They're burnt out. You spent so long following someone else's schedule, someone else's rules, that you've forgotten what you've been passionate about. That slow drain on your creativity and spirit, it's real. It can lead to serious health problems like depression, anxiety, and they're way more common among people who are overworked and underpaid. And that's more than we like to admit. When you're stuck in a cycle of clocking in, doing some task, going home, just do it all over again the next day, it wears on you. Especially when you know you're not being treated or being paid fairly. Some companies don't even let people take time off when they actually need it. Time off is supposed to be earned, but somehow it gets denied all the time. People are forced to work when they're sick, through grief, through exhaustion. And when they speak about it, they're often labeled as lazy or ungrateful. It's crazy. The level of loyalty some workers have for companies that will replace them in a heartbeat, it's both admirable and tragic at the same time. Honestly, it looks like a lot of these workers are just used up and tossed aside. It doesn't matter how much you gave to the company. It doesn't matter how much you showed up early every day, trained employees, or helped the place stay afloat during tough times. The second you're not useful to the bottom line, you're gone. So what do we do about all this? I'm not going to pretend like there's one simple fix, but I do think we need to change about how we think about work and money. For starters, I think more people need to support unions. I know they're not perfect, some are messy, some are slow, but at the very least, they offer a layer of protection for the worker. Better pay, better benefits, job security. It's not guaranteed, but it is more likely when people stick together. Beyond that, you all know that I'm a big believer in focusing on financial freedom, and not necessarily a high income. You don't need to be rich to live well. You just need enough to cover your needs, give you some breathing room, and saying no to the things that drain you. That might mean living below your means, cutting out luxuries, investing early, or finding side hustles that add to your income without draining your soul. Despite all the doom and gloom, I think younger people today actually have more opportunities than previous generations ever did. The internet changed everything. There are literal teens making money from YouTube. People in their 20s making a living from their laptops. And people building entire businesses from their bedrooms. You don't need a degree, a fancy title, or a corporate office anymore. Also, networking is huge. Asking questions, reaching out to people, building relationships. That's how most doors open. Most of the opportunities I've seen come my way, or from others, didn't come from resumes or job boards. They came from conversations, just helping someone out, getting involved, or just knowing the right person. And don't forget about your hobbies. Just stuff you do because you enjoy doing it. A lot of people overlook them or feel guilty about spending time on them because they're not productive or profitable. But as long as you enjoy it, that's all that matters. Maybe you like painting or making YouTube videos. As long as you actually like doing it, keep doing it. Not everything needs to have a financial return. Sometimes doing something you enjoy is all the justification you need. At the end of the day, the system is broken. Government mismanaged, corporate greed, decades of bad policy. It's made life harder than it needs to be. But if you've gotten this far in the video and you're still relatively young, still able-bodied, and curious, please don't wait until you're 65 to start living. You don't need to earn a good life by suffering through decades of misery first. Pursue something meaningful now. Build skills. Make connections. Try new things. And what if you don't make a career out of what you're doing now? That's okay. You can change plans. You should change plans. Life is too short to stay stuck at a job that makes you feel miserable. You might not be able to fix everything, but you can take control over where it counts. Seek freedom over status. And don't let anyone tell you that it's selfish to want more of your life than just work. You're not lazy for wanting rest. You're not ungrateful for wanting joy. You're not unrealistic for dreaming of a better way. Because the thing is, it shouldn't have to be this way. We weren't born just to work until we die. We deserve better, and it's up to us to start building it. One decision, one conversation, one step at a time. But hey, what do you guys think? What do you think can be done about this? Don't forget to like it up, subscribe for more videos. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.